Recording.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first thing, what you have to do in this is
Draw it.
draw the graph out. You have to draw the graph out. There is no other way other than drawing the graph.
You can't. That's no need to draw. No, not
There's a
compulsory.
good chance you will miss it if you don't draw. That's how it
Yeah.
works.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
visually it's more easy to like see.
Yeah.
Because you have to jump between edges. That's why drawing is safer.
Yeah. You
One
would
two,
learn
one
like
five, 2 3, 2 6.
it's like same doing as a PDSA. Ah. By the way, anyone of you gave GATE exam this year?
I gave
Not this
last year.
year. Yeah, even I gave the last year.
How was it?
Very easy. Like I didn't prepare anything and I got a 600 rank. Nothing, zero preparation. I was enjoying life and
Same
that
that
time I'm from
happened.
biology background.
What the actually?
It was that easy. This year my friend wrote, he told it was much more difficult than last year.
For data science.
Yeah,
Yeah,
data
yeah.
science.
No, but see, this year I didn't prepare anything. I just went for it. It was not that tough. Like I think I don't know, I can score like 30, 40 numbers. I guess.
30 40 is not the question. No, you need at least 60 to get something proper and 70 80 to get into IASC or IITs.
The last
I
time I
think
think
without doing anything.
33 was the cutoff.
Huh?
How
How
much?
much?
33 or 37, no? Something like this.
Yeah, see, cutoff is just to clear. That's it. You need to get into some institute. No, what's the point of clearing without getting anything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even the PSU jobs open at only 50 or 60.
Point.
Next year, I think next year will be much tougher than this one.
Doesn't
Because
make too much of a difference. Keep seeing. There'll be split. Most people will jump to mechanical fields and all. So that challenge won't be there.
Let's get back to our
yeah,
Let's go.
sorry,
Let's
sorry.
get back
Yeah,
this on
we
record
will
also.
discuss later. With
Here, yeah, so we write down L0. L0 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you close 7 because 7 is the end. Then L1 becomes 1, 2, 1, 5. Then 2, 3. Wait 1 minute. Yeah, so 2, 3.
2, 3, 2,
Then 2,
6,
6 is there. And then you go to 3. Then 3, 4 is there. It closes 3,
3, 2.
4. Then 4 becomes 4, 2.
Yeah.
And then 5, 5, 5 is there. Note the 5, 5 star. You are allowed to do that because the first and last both are 5. So include that. That's very important. Then 6
5,
goes
7.
to 7. 6 goes to 7. 6 closes. 5, 7 is there. 5 closes.
Yeah.
And then now you go to L2, which is
1, 2, 3.
just extend whatever is in L1. That's how we do it. 1, 2, 3 is there. 1, 2, 6 is there. Then 1, 5, 7 is there,
7
which closes.
Yeah.
Then
2, 3,
2,
4.
3, 4. 2,
2, 6,
3, 2, 6, 7.
2, 6,
Yeah, 2, 6, 7 closes.
Then go
Then
to
3,
3.
4, 2 is there.
Yeah.
3, 4, yeah, 3, 4, 2. That's all. And then 4, 4, 2, 3,
2,
4, 2,
3.
6 is there.
Yeah.
And then 5, nothing comes because 5 ends at 7 and 6 also ends at 7. Then you go to L3. So 1, 2, 3, then it becomes 4 and you can't extend it more than that. You have to close it because 1, 2, 3, 4, the next will be 2
4.
again.
Yeah,
So you
sorry,
have to
4.
close. Then 1, 2,
1, 2, 6,
6,
6,
7.
7.
7 closes. 2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4.
2. 2 and 2 start close. So star. Then 3,
3,
4,
4, 2, 3.
2, 3. Yeah, again 3 and 3 start and end close. Then 3,
3,
4,
4,
2,
2,
6.
6,
It
7
can
also.
get extended to 7, so
Okay,
don't close it. Then 4,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, close it. Like star it because you are starting and ending with the same. 4, 2,
6, 7.
6, and 7, close it. So now you have only one thing to extend, that is 3, 4, 2, 6. The last one is 7, so you add that here. Then now start off from L4 to add in the paths. 3, 4, 2, 6, add it in. Then next one is
4, 2,
4,
6.
2, 6, 7. 4 to 6, 7. Do
This
not
one is
add it
already.
in because it is subsumed. Then you go to
4,
4,
2,
2,
4,
3,
3.
4.
You
Star
have
is
to
there.
add.
Include 4,
3, 4,
2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Star is there. Include 2, 3, 4, 2.
2,
Star is
3.
there. Include.
Yes.
And
1,
then
2, 6, 7
1, 2,
also.
6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Include 1, 2, 3, 4 also include because it's not subsumed by any of the paths.
Then 2, 6, 7
Next
is
you go
already
back.
covered
2,
in
6, 7 is covered by 1, 2, 6, 7.
6.
1, 5, 7 is not covered, so add it in.
Then
Then previous one,
6, 7
6,
is
7
already
is covered
covered.
by 1, 2, 6, 7.
6,
5,
7,
7 is
5,
covered by
7.
1, 5, 7. 5, 5 has a star. Include this thing. Then
I
previous one,
think
7 is there. 7 is included by 3, 4,
all of
2,
them.
6, 7.
Yeah. I think
So
L0 doesn't make sense to even add. It's just
How
there.
to add star?
No, just keep it, because if your start and end node are the same thing, you have to include it.
Just 7 you are saying?
Yeah, just keep it there, just for like L0, just for
Okay, okay.
completion. Because you may forget the L1, you may forget a node sometimes. Just keep it just so that you don't make an error.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, then go back. Next one. So yeah, now you have to cover all the
एक और नहीं
places.
आया. Can you explain that star one, please?
Star one.
How
Okay, which
that?
star ones always include it because they are coming from a loop.
Loop.
So
लेकिन
you
star
cannot
किस लगाना है?
star, you add it if the first and the last nodes are the same. So look at L155, the starting and the ending are the same. Can you see the graph on the top? You can see a scroll up. So 5 to
Is it
5 there is a loop, so
self
it's a star. You
self
have to
edge?
include it. The same way you go to 2 3 4 2. So 2 3 4 2. 4 to 2 is again looping back to 2. So you cannot subsume a loop ever. That's why you have to include it. You can never subsume a loop. Then 4 2 3 4 is again a loop, so it again gets started, so we have to include it.
Okay.
Got
Got
it?
it. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
Great. Next. So now what you have to do is go through each case and see if all the paths get subsumed. So now let's go to first option, 157. You can shade off the 157, highlight the 157. So 157 gets covered. Then 1 2 3 4 2 3. So what all gets covered here? You have to check. So
5 5 is
3
covered.
4 2 6 7 gets covered. So you can shade 3 4 2 6 7. The first option 3 4 2 2 6 7. Then 4 2 3 4 4 2 3 4 is there in the middle in the second box, second bracket. You can highlight that also.
3
Then
4
3 4 2 5
2 3
3 4 2 5 is not taken, so option is closed. 3 4 2 5 is
3 4
not
2
there.
5 where do we? Okay, in the
3 4 wait 3 4 2 3 3 4 2 3, yeah,
yeah
not 5, 3
3 4
4
2
2 3.
3.
That
It's
is
there.
included. Then
2
next
3
one
4
is
2
2 3
2 3
4
4
2,
2
yes,
was there.
included. That is
1 2
included.
6
1276 1267 is not there in
is
option
also
1, close it. 1267 is there in option 2, so option 2 is possible still.
no, one
Option
thing
2 is still possible.
2 6 7 should be like in the sense like right next to each other, right?
Anywhere.
It can,
Anywhere, but it should be next to each other. All four of the things should be next to each other. So in option 2, you can see 1267 is a separate condition. It's taken in, great. So that you don't need to worry. Then 157 is not there.
is not
157
there.
is not there. So option 2
Okay.
close. 157 is absent. You can just mention on the right 157 is absent. Then the next two options are there. 157 is there. 1267 is there.
6 7.
Now 4234 4234 is there in the third bracket, and
Yeah.
then
3 4 2 3 also there.
2342 is also there in second bracket. 1234 is also there in the second bracket. So
5
इन
5
दोनों
also.
में सभी things cover हो चुके हैं, और ये थर्ड ये फोर्थ वन क्यों वर्क कर रहा है, क्योंकि एक और
It
लूप
has
है.
one.
A loop doesn't make too much of a difference
Yeah.
here
If these
because
are
you've anyway
covering,
covered
then no
everything.
issue.
The most minimal path would be 099 option. The third option is the most minimal, but anything more than that also will cover it. Even those test paths will cover it. That's all. So
Yeah.
both C and D are correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let's.
ये क्या भाई, ये तो सर्कल करके रख दिया आपने. Cyclomatic complexity, answer is 4. See.
Okay.
Bro, find
Okay,
the trick. I have
I just
another
directly
formula.
put it. Okay, even otherwise, you can write down the graph. How many nodes? So this is actually a challenging question because you can define int n is equal to r length and int t is equal to 0 in the same node. So one
Hello.
has both the
This
definitions.
is this thing.
Yeah.
Then you just go down
Then
to
for loop. So you can make 2 for loop. And for that, inside the for loop, you have one more for loop. So 4 to 3, it goes to 3. Then 3, you check an if condition. So 2 branches. And then after 3 you put 4, and then 4 back to 2, 5 back to 2. 5 is the else statement, it goes back to 2. 4 is the if statement. Because you're defining something, you have something called forced. Wait 1 minute. Yeah, correct. This is
Correct. 1 2 will be the for loop.
1 minute. So wait, I'm just checking. 3, you define things at 4 and send it up. Then if you have to, there's no 5 node. The fifth node is not there. There is no 5 node itself here. Because if there is an else, you're not adding anything or subtracting, so it just goes back. Or yeah, so there are just 4 nodes here. So 4
So-
nodes, how many edges are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
One thing. Just
Yes.
one
Just
question.
just one 3
Uh,
to 2 edge will also be there, no?
3 to 2 edges there. 3 to 2 edges there, correct?
Yeah.
How is that?
Because the else, so 3 is the if else. If is executed means it goes to 4. Else is executed from 3 directly goes to 2 because you're not adding, subtracting, modifying, or defining anything there. So it directly loops back. Only if you modify, add, or define something, you have to make a node. Otherwise, there is no node.
And by the way, on the first node, we are defining everything. Like we are initializing an
Yeah,
empty.
see, there are 2 ways. You can either make 2 different nodes and define. That's the reason why this question was given as a grace mark for everyone.
Yeah.
Because it can literally be any of the things. You can define 1 and 2 as int 10 is 1 and then int t is equal to 0 is 2. So that's the reason why they gave grace marks for this question. That's what was mentioned on discourse.
Then here we have like 4 edges and how much like nodes
5
is
edges, no? 5 edges are there. 1 to 2.
okay.
Yeah, 5 edges, 2 nodes, and 5 edges, 4 nodes plus 2.
Yeah, again 4.
So it can come to 3. Okay, it can come to 3. But the challenge here, why it becomes 4 is you can define the n is equal to r length and t is equal to 0 in 2 different steps. That increases the number of edges.
Edges, yeah.
So it can become 4 also, it can become 3 also. Actually, you can do one thing. Just take a screenshot of this and put it on discourse. Or let me only do it.
I think
Why
it
is it?
will. What are you saying that will, how it can be 4?
It can be 4 because int n is equal to r dot length and int t is equal to 0 can be made 2 different nodes.
No. That doesn't make a difference. Like suppose if we add it like.
Then you get an
suppose
edge, no, between 1 and 2. Yeah, you get 2 edges there.
Yeah, so you have also got a note also there, no?
Oh, right. Right.
What word I miss kar gaya? What is that?
Right. Draw it again. Draw it again. This guy is telling something true.
Yeah. Suppose even if we draw this thing, then also our edge and node both are increasing
Both
by
will
1.
increase. Yeah. How is it 4 here? The only logic that works is for this question, always 4 is the answer. Apart from that, I don't see any other logic.
Hello, Shyam.
Yes.
Actually, when I asked for ChatGPT, actually there is another formula. It says the decision points plus 1. So what
That's
are
what-
decision points? Decision points are if loop, if, else if, for, while, do while. To count these things plus 1 is the psychometric
So
complexity.
yeah, we have 3 for loops, 2 for loops plus 1 if gets us to 3, 3 plus 1, 4. Okay, even that way 4 is there.
No,
Great.
Yeah, so मुझे ये ज़्यादा सरल लगा भाई.
The formula which you are saying, ये जो शायद ST में नहीं है, SE में पढ़ाया जाता है ये formula में भी.
Decision points plus 1, yes.
Correct. ये
One
SE
minute,
का
no,
formula है.
decision
That's
हाँ,
right.
और डिसीजन पॉइंट्स क्या होते हैं? इफ, एल्स इफ, फॉर लूप, व्हाइल एंड डू व्हाइल.
तो डिसीजन फॉर्मूला क्या बोल रहे हो? इसका क्या है?
डिसीजन पॉइंट्स प्लस 1 इज इक्वल टू साइक्लोमेट्रिक कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी.
ओके.
डिसीजन पॉइंट्स क्या क्या एक बार रिवाइज बता दो.
फॉर
If-
लूप जितने भी लूप्स होंगे और जितने भी क्या बोलते हैं
इफ, एल्स इफ, एल्स नहीं आएगा, ठीक है? इफ,
और
एल्स इफ,
इफ और एल्स एक ही साथ हो जाता है.
फॉर, इफ और एल्स इफ अलग आएगा थर्ड में.
Yeah, that is important. Else if.
हाँ, इफ एल्स नहीं आएगा, एल्स को छोड़ दो बस, एल्स नहीं
तो
गिनेंगे.
यहाँ तो एक चीज बताओ कि
Not
यहाँ पे
else.
फॉर
It
लूप
should
एक है.
be if and else if, right? Not else.
हाँ, यस यस, यू आर राइट.
तो इस हिसाब से यहाँ पे फॉर लूप तो एक ही है. एंड देन इफ
ये
स्टेटमेंट
दो है ना?
दो है ना?
अच्छा हाँ ओके ऊपर नीचे दो है. राइट.
हाँ, तो एक और if statement है, so 3 हो गया. 3 plus 1 gets us to
अपने
4.
ग्राफ में फॉर सेकंड फॉर लूप कहाँ पे आ रहा है? फर्स्ट फॉर लूप इज एट 2. सेकंड
Oh,
फॉर
I
लूप
think that's the reason why we got an error.
yeah.
Yeah, that's where we
We are
got
missing
the
one
error.
for loop, no?
Yeah.
Three is another for loop, I guess.
No. 3 is the else statement. It's
Yeah.
going back.
No.
We have to, we have to write one more. No, one more edge is there. 3 to
2 is
3.
from-
Wait, after the if 4 loops back to 3. 4 goes back to 3. Because 4 goes back to 3 and 4 goes back to 2
Oh.
also.
No, okay, got it. Then. Yes.
Because at the end, if this it doesn't matches to 3, then it will go to 2. Basically, the 4.
Wait, one minute. Is there one more edge? I'm just checking. Is there one more edge we are missing out? So 3, if completes, then again also it goes, yeah. So 4 to 3 is there. 3 is else. Otherwise, it just wait 1 minute. The 3 doesn't go. Oh, the
If
3
this
can go
also,
back to 2. 3 can go back also to 3. No, if the else is executed, but the for loop is not complete, 3 goes back to 3.
you mean this?
Yeah, 3 goes back to 3. No, 3 is the second for loop. First for loop is at 2. Second for loop is at 3.
Mm-hmm.
So if the if condition succeeds or fails, you still have to complete the for loop till j is less than n minus 1. So 3 can loop back to 3 also.
Point.
And then 3 and 4 both can loop back to 2.
यार ये बहुत confused कर रहा हूँ.
Yeah.
So how many edges it
Seriously?
became? 3 plus 3 is 6, 7, 7
1
edges.
2 3 4 5 6 7 8
So 7 minus 3 plus 1.
8 na? 8 na?
8,
Okay.
yeah, 8.
Oh, sorry. Just leave it. Leave that thing. 1
Yeah.
2 3 4 5 6 7 7 minus
7
2.
plus
That is coming
1,
5.
no? Plus 2, huh? 5,
5
okay.
आना फिर. मैं बोल
Okay.
रहा हूँ इसलिए बोला छोड़ दो.
हाँ.
याद कर लो चार.
Just
Don't
learn it with decision points. That's better formula.
No. Wait. This should. Why is the graph not working? This is a very important point, no?
No, but this has won't be there, I guess.
हाँ इस graph they won't ask to create. Like,
No. You should still be no. Okay, decision points plus 1 we can remember. Okay.
Okay, let's see. अगर ये for loop
Okay.
pass
For
हुआ,
loop 2 is at for loop. You're starting with the for loop, goes to the second for loop, so it has to go only to 3. 3 is covered. Then in 3 you have two options. One option is if you go to 4, else you loop back to 3 again, and from 4.
so basically from 3 to you're going back to 3 again, right? See,
You have to keep going to 3 and.
See.
Oh yeah, wait. I got to know where the error is. After 4, you cannot go to 2. 3 to 3, 4 to 3 is allowed. Remove 4 to 2 and 3 to 2. 3 to 2 and 4 to 2 cannot happen. You can go from one more is 3 to 2 remains. So now 3 to
3 to 2
this is the correct graph, because
okay.
even if the if is completed, you have to come back to 3, and now 3 is complete. From 3 you are going back to 2. You are not going from 4 to 2 directly. After if is complete, you have to complete the previous for loop, then go. Now it's correct. See.
Yeah.
Then now the
This was a
answer
very
is
important question. Good.
1 2 3 4 5 6.
6 plus 6 minus 3. Wait, 6.
6 minus 4.
6 minus 4 plus 2.
Sorry,
Yeah.
1 second.
4 आ गया. देखो 4 एक और बार आ गया.
No, the 4 is the correct answer. Even I think
Always 4 is the correct answer, okay?
Maybe.
Because boundary is what we need to complete the exam.
Yeah, I guess September 24 मेरे term का है. Okay.
Your turn?
Yeah, I was a passed out student of ST.
Oh, okay. So you're just doing this for fun.
Yeah, I'm doing this with Jalaj. Jalaj is my friend and he asked me to do this. So that's
Okay.
He's
बढ़िया.
doing for me.
why.
सही है भाई, तुम्हारे वजह से हम लोग भी कुछ गेन कर पा रहे हैं.
Okay, then consider prime part 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, this one. So it is a side trip but not a detour. So you draw the entire thing, and then now you have 3, 4, 2, 3. Because it's a side trip, 3, 4, 2, 3 becomes the. So a side trip will always start and end at the same node.
Correct.
Always it should start and end at the same node. So none of the other things start and end at the same node. So all of the other 3 get automatically eliminated.
Yeah. मैं तो ये ग्राफ बना लेता हूँ, बेटर लगता है.
Okay, yeah, this is also fine. So the side trip is, it goes till 2, then it goes to 3, 4, and then comes to 5, 6.
Yeah.
So 3, 4, wait, it goes to 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, then 5,
This
6.
is a side trip, na? This is a side trip.
Side trip or 2
Yeah,
में
but it
difference
should
क्या?
not be a detour. It should not be a detour. Yeah,
How will you
3,
find
4,
it?
yeah, 3, 4, 2, 3. Detour would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5,
So
6,
2,
yes,
3, 4,
yes.
5 will be the detour. 2, 3, 4, 5 will be the detour.
Yeah.
So the option 4 is detour. You can just mention it off. That's the detour.
Anyways, ये recording हो रहा है ना इसका session का?
Recording हो रहा है.
I'll have to go.
So you guys are all like, you have been doing
go
this
for
every term for every subject. So how many subjects do you have this term?
No. Like I have just AI and SE for
Oh,
this
AI
one.
is also like this. It's handled.
Yeah. It's also like this.
So it accepts all. Okay, now this one is start off with the initial node, somehow find a way to the final node. That's the way to do for this. You
Yeah.
start from one. How do you reach back one? You have even number of zeros, you reach one. And if you have ones, even number of ones also. So you should have even number of ones and even number of zeros. That's the only way.
Yeah.
नहीं, can you say one more time? क्या था?
So
Just
you
think
start off
if
with
you
start node and somehow find ways to reach it. So the ways which by which you can reach it are 0, 1, 0, 1. Then there is 0, 0 makes you reach there.
zero
Then
zero.
0, 1, 1, 0 also reaches there. Find all the paths. What is common among all the paths? There are even number of zeros, even number of ones. Simple. And you
That is
don't need to
FSM.
look at this also. Just look at the 4 options in the correct the answer key. Okay, go to the
What are the
answers,
four
the
options?
4 options which they're giving. Which condition satisfies all? It accepts things with odd number of zeros, wrong. Accepts even number of zeros, even number of ones, it satisfies completely. Odd number of zeros, not allowed. Odd number of ones, not allowed. So it has to be option 2.
So basically, in a FSM में, it can only be completed once it has even number of zeros and even number of one, right?
That's it. No, not always. This
इसी में
FSM. This FSM.
Hmm.
So basically, in FSM, you have to come back. Like, what is FSM?
Just think. Just think.
Finite state machine. So you want to reach from the starting state to the final state. Here the starting state is 1. Now you
In
give a sequence to it, and then if there is a 0 at the start, go along the 0. So 0 is there, you go till 2. Now you're at 2.
okay.
Now you have a 1, you go to 3. If you have a 0, you go back to 1. Now 0, 0 is making you reach the final state, so 0, 0 is allowed.
One second. From one we go to two because it's zero is start with zero, right?
Just think it. One the starting node.
Yeah,
You started here. You can even finish off here, so that's a blank string.
Yeah,
right.
Okay. Now you go with this way. Just go to 0 and come back with this.
0, 0.
So you have used 0 0.
Now
Now
you
let's go
go
with this.
0.
You have used 1. Just come back 1 1.
Okay.
Now just 0 1 0 1.
1.
So
This
you have
is
to basically
0.
start and come back to the same
Correct.
starting.
Not same. So for this
No.
question, it is same.
Start
It can be
from
other
the
also.
start
Like,
node and go to the end node, find the path code of each path which leads.
okay.
And then what is common among the paths you have to see. That's all.
एक्चुअली जो ये एरो है ना, 1 के ऊपर जो एरो है वो स्टार्ट को डिनोट करता है, और जो डबल सर्कल्स है वो एंड को डिनोट करता है.
And
ठीक है.
yeah,
This double circle is the end node.
एंड
Yeah. And this
Yeah.
this arrow, this represents start node.
perfect. Next one. Which process maturity level to reduce the risk associated wherein testers level 3. So level 0 is like bacha party coding kar raha hai, so that is level 0. Level 1 is you want to show that your code is correct. So that is how
Correct.
level 1 works. Level 2 is where you have a team to show that there is fault and there is no collaboration between testers and developers. There is no maturity in the people. Level 3 is the tester and developer both are collaborating with each other to reduce the risk. Level 4 is the organization ensures that there is continuous testing to ensure that there is complete update and the software is working properly. So the entire organization does it continuously to keep finding errors, and it's an organizational policy and not a understanding or a collaboration. Level 0
एंड
you note
हाईएस्ट
down, that is bacha party coding. There is no testing, nothing. You just do time pass. Like in the
देयर इज
code,
नो.
there is no difference between debugging and finding errors.
And yeah.
Just a minute. Somehow, if you can mute,
Oh, sorry. I'm not mute.
your keyboard noise is too much.
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't realize.
So no testing. Testing equal to debugging, you can write level 0. And this one, every single quiz they have asked this. One of the levels.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, scroll down. Let's go to the next one. This one, people don't make this mistake. There is an update to y. Don't make that mistake.
Yeah.
So first thing what you have to do is x should be less than y. That is your first condition. Write down x minus y is less than 0. So x is less than y. Second condition is y is equal to x dot y. So x into y is equal to y. So next condition will be y greater than 100, which is x dot y is greater than 100. Yep. Perfect.
Now just replace them with A and B.
A and B. That's it. What people do is directly they will say y is greater than 100, and that is option number 2, and that is wrong. People make that
Sorry,
mistake.
what is the question in this?
The question is, how do you get to error? How do you find error? This is based on observability and controllability. So this question is on observability. How do you reach where there is an error? So what inputs do you have to give so that you reach that error part? So for that, you have to get the if to be satisfied. So x minus y should be less than 0. Then you need the second if to be satisfied, which is y is greater than 100. But you cannot do y is greater than 100 directly. You have to take y is equal to x star y. You have to multiply, then the updated x is what is being checked, not the direct. Updated y is being checked, not the direct y.
Okay.
And then you reach the error.
It's a basic question. Okay.
तो ये सब reachability में आ जाएगा हाँ?
हाँ.
Okay.
Yeah, and the next one is shared memory interface.
So this question can be just done with the language itself. So
Yeah, because it's being shared to the same memory block. Procedure call interfaces, one procedure calls the other and that gives an input. Message passes, there are two things independently operating, which is sharing messages from each other.
Yes.
Basically,
Maybe
there are two
email.
different. Wait, 1 second. If we see in terms of classes, basically procedure call is you have two modules, like maybe two methods interacting each other, but in different class, right?
Yeah, for example, let's say that you want to get the value of area of a circle. You use another class to pull out the area of a circle, and then it retrieves the value and gives it back to you. That is a procedure call. You call another function to get you back the value, and you're going to use it. That is not a shared variable, but you're calling runtime. It's being called, and you're getting the value of the area of a circle or a square.
Yeah.
That is procedure. Message pass interface is email. You're continuously passing, or a chat bot. You're continuously passing messages between two interfaces. They have to be in sync. Shared is when you have a global variable and you're
It's like basically you're using in the same class. It's kind of thing. Like you have a global.
not necessarily same class, because two modules are communicating with each other in message pass. So email need not be this. It need not be exactly the same class actually. The module itself can be different. And there is continuous communication, but it's not like procedure call where you are intentionally calling that function and you're getting a response and then you keep quiet. In message passing, both the things will ask each other information. Procedure call, only one thing asks info. Shared memory is where there is a global variable. From a global variable, you're trying to extract information.
Should I go ahead?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If I'm making a mistake, please tell me. Even I also want to learn. So this one's top down, bottom up, sandwich, big bang. Big bang is where you make the entire system and then do the checking. Top down is where you are going from top module. The bottom modules are not developed, so you have multiple stubs. Bottom up is where you have multiple drivers. You're developing from the bottom and you are having drivers on the top. Sandwich is where you're going from both top as well as bottom. So you may have both stubs as well as drivers. So stubs are at the bottom level, drivers are at the top level. Right? Just draw it off here, stubs and drivers. The way I remember this is bottom level, you have the bark of a tree, which is called a stub. And driver is like the top. Yeah. Big bang is where you make everything and then do checking. Sandwiches, you go from both top and bottom, so you have both stubs and drivers.
What does scaffolding mean in this?
Scaffolding means you are trying to develop a software, like your SC project, you're trying to develop something. And then now you don't have some modules ready, but you want to check the other modules. So you do something like pass statements or something where if you're calling an API, it should not give an error. So for that sake, you'll give some dummy call, which will always return a true. So that is called a stub. You're calling a function which is not even defined yet, and it will always return a true. That's a stub. Driver means you want to check if this function can be called. Now I was talking about area of a circle. Now I don't even have a module that is going to call area of a circle yet. So you make a dummy module that has only one function, that is to call another function which is existent already somewhere, which is going to find you the area of the circle. So driver is the one that calls and stub is the one that gets called. Then here single word. This is your DD path. I told no, the out degree should be greater than 2 for this. If it's a single vertex, if statement is there, you have two things that are going, if and else if. So 2 or greater than 2, because you can have if, else if and else. So greater than 2 should be there.
Okay.
And this one is last def and first use, def clears. This is theory. Next one, white box testing. Even I don't know this. Can someone explain this? White box testing means you know whatever is happening inside, and
Yeah,
based
you
on
know
that you're
whatever is
developing the
happening
test. Black
inside.
box means you don't know
Black
what is
box,
happening inside.
yeah. So accepted and beta testing are done by the end users itself. They don't know what's written in the code. They just
Oh, right. No,
think,
yeah.
Yeah.
System testing, you'll know. Yeah, correct.
yeah.
This is good. Good explanation.
Actually,
Okay.
what should come? Uh, Actually, there are two types of testing: white and black. We have to learn that unit testing, integration testing, and system testing only come in white box testing.
The reason is
Come
because
under.
they are being done by the testers and developers and not by
Yeah.
the
And
users.
you,
Users don't have access to the code, so acceptance and beta.
Huh. And then unit testing, integration testing, system testing, except testing, beta testing, all come in black box.
Not
Okay.
all. Black box. See,
Yeah.
all of them doesn't come in black box.
All come in black box. Actually, there
All
is
come in
table.
black box.
Yeah.
You can
Yes.
make all of them black box. Even unit testing, you can
hmm.
just give it test cases, and the guy who's, if you just separate the developer from the tester, you can make all of them black box.
Right. Yeah. Okay. It's like a superset. Okay.
Yeah. Not actually a superset, but yeah, to some.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
You can
kind
make
of.
anything into a black box testing. As long as you know what's the input and output, you can make anything into a black box testing.
Hmm.
Okay, next one, CFG. Okay, our favorite question, returns. Node coverage and not edge coverage. Okay, so 1, 2, 5, 6 is the straight down path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the side path. Node coverage is obviously there because all the nodes are covered. Edges are all covered because 1, 2, 5, 6 covers all the edges in that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 covers all the edges on the right. Edge pair is not being covered because
Because we are
of
missing.
there is one edge which is missing, which is that, yeah, so 2, 3, 4, 3,
231.
5 is going, but 2, 3, 5 is not there.
Hmm.
2, 3, 5 is missing in this, no? You don't have 2,
Correct.
3, 5 in the bottom. Which of the coverage criterias are missing? Right? 2, 3, 5 is missing. Great. Next one. So next one, the way you do it is draw a circle here. Draw two circles. One circle is a smaller circle within the other one. Oh yeah, this is actually a better diagram actually. I used to draw circle. Okay, so here you have three coverage criteria: C1, C2, C3, and you have the tests T1, T2, T3, where T1 satisfies C1, C2 satisfies T2 satisfies C2, and T3 satisfies C3. And
Yeah.
we see that C3 is the bigger outer part. It subsumes C2, and C2 subsumes C1. So you have uh, yeah, whatever diagram you've done, C1 is subsumed by C2, C2 is subsumed by C3. Now T1, if it's satisfying C1, T1 also necessarily satisfies T3, C3, right? The same way T2 satisfies C2, so T2 obviously satisfies even C3 also. And then
Like
now what is
T2 satisfies C2 and C2 satisfies C1, right? It is given like subsumes.
1
Correct.
minute? Let's see. T3 satisfies.
T2 is this thing, and it is.
Wait, you have to even draw the other arrows, no? Draw another set of arrows from T3 to T2, T2 to T1, no? One more set of arrows going upwards.
This which arrow? T3
So
to
you drew that T1 goes to C1, then T2 goes to C2, and T3 goes to C3. Okay, and then you have drawn from C1 to C2 down arrow, C2 to C3 down arrow. For the tests, you have to draw T3 to T2 one arrow up arrow, T2 to T1 one more up arrow.
Yeah.
Draw it
It's
in red
given.
or something. So
Is it
T3
given?
is subsumed by T2, T2 is subsumed by T1. Is that correct? So
Where is it
T2
written?
necessarily satisfies T1, T3 necessarily satisfies T2. And
No,
T3,
but
because it's satisfying T2, T3 is also satisfying C1, T1.
no. What I am saying is, where is it written for T3 subsumes T2 and T1?
It is not written there. Because of
That's
the
not.
coverage criteria, C1 subsumes C2, C2 subsumes C3. Wait,
Right.
C3 subsumes C2 and C2 subsumes
C2 subsumes C1.
C1. The tests follow the reverse subsumptions. So T2 is subsumed by T1, T3 is subsumed by T2.
So it's given like it's a kind of rule.
It works by logic actually. So if you just think about it now, T3, draw like on top of this, just draw one big circle, huge circle,
Mhm.
huge circle. Yeah, draw in that empty space, huge circle. This is your C3. Inside C3, you draw one C2, and then inside that you draw one C1. Okay. Now inside C1 you can write one T1, and inside C2 to write one T2, and inside C3 you can
Yeah,
write
I
one
get
T3.
that.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
now if you are doing a test which is T3, if you're doing T3, then automatically you're getting T1 satisfied.
Okay, understood. Guys, just one question. How many questions are left for this paper?
Not
Two or three. I think we're
Oh,
at the end of the paper.
okay.
three more questions, I guess.
Yeah, I have to go because there's a deep learning. Like, other guys are waiting for me.
You have taken deep learning this semester. Best
Yeah.
wishes, brother. Best wishes.
Thanks. Chalo. I'll see you. Bye,
Okay.
guys.
Bye bye.
Put the recording in the group, I guess.
Okay. Scroll
Thanks.
down. Yeah, so this one is important. The search cases.
Now, just one catch is here is the search is starting from one, not from zero.
Not from zero. That is the first catch there. And the second catch is if you do not find the element, you're going to return a -1 and not a null.
Null, correct.
So why? So in the test case one, what happens is you're going to search 10. 10 is in the first position because indexing starts from zero. So 10 will be returned because I is equal to 1. So 10
Correct.
comes. So that is fine. Assert equal is true. Assert equal is equal to 4 for 50 because in the fourth position it's 50 and 4 is greater than 1 because your indexing starts from 1 while looping around. Your for loop runs from 1 to 4.
Yeah.
So your zeroth element is not going to be considered by the for loop. In
Yeah.
test case 3, you're going to search for 20, but 20 is in the zeroth position. And your for loop starts from 1. So the return value is -1. -1 is not equal to 0. So gone. Then the return for the last one is -1 and it is not a null. But here you're asserting it's a null, so it's false. So both of them go wrong. ये हो गया और ये this is an easy question. So the way you do this is first condition to satisfy is x is greater than or equal to y. Second condition is x is less than z. So you have 20 and 20, x and y, it's greater than or equal to, the equal to satisfies, and 20 is greater than 10, so that is satisfied by option 2. 10 is satisfied, but x is not less than z. 10 is not less than 10, so option 1 is deleted. And the same way option 4 is deleted because of 30 is not less than 30. 30 is not less than 30, so only two, b and c. Next one.
तो हमें सारे नहीं देखने इसमें
सारे देखना है ना, you have, it's a checking condition, you have to check
तो
all
सारे
the four
कंडीशंस चेक
all
ये
the four
कंडीशन
conditions you have to satisfy to this equation what is given on the right.
तो आपने जो मार्क करी है x इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल्स टू y और x इज लेस देन z वही दोनों क्यों चेक करी बस
That's all, you have to check through all the options, every option check the same condition.
बट हम कंडीशन सिर्फ वही दोनों क्यों चेक कर रहे हैं
Just these are this is the
Path,
first
go along the path, go along the path, a b e f, scroll up.
हाँ
A, B,
बस
E, F. For doing A, B, x is greater than or equal to y. That's your first condition. B, E because x is less than z. Got it?
ओके ओके a b e f ओके गॉट
Anyone else has a doubt on this question?
नो
These and all is very easy questions. Don't miss out on this for marks.
हाँ
Miss out on big questions like du pair, du path. Such type of questions, if you miss, thoda izzat bacha lo. If you make mistakes in these type of questions, they'll be like, what is this?
यहाँ पर बस याद याद देना ए बी ई एफ की
Yeah.
कंडीशन ध्यान रखनी है बस
Yeah. Check the condition. Check the condition.
या
Taking the du pair.
Okay, scroll down.
You just have to find the du pairs and du path, nothing.
Yeah, so this one I had a doubt. I had made some error in this, I remember.
Okay,
Yeah, so
let's.
yeah, the DU the definitions are in definitions for X, right? So X. So one there is a definition, in four there's a definition. Users are there along 2 3 path, 2 4 path, and 5. So 1 2 3, 1 2 4, 1 5. Then 4 2
4
3
5.
doesn't come because 4 is greater than 2
Yes.
3. Then 4 2 4 also doesn't come, but 4 5 comes. So four of them come. So yeah, no, 1 1 2 3, 1 2 4, 1 5, and 4 5. Scroll down. Let's see if it's the answer. I'd made an error in this question somewhere. 4 5. Okay. Then the last one
None.
is the path. So 1 2
B.
3, 1 2 4,
I
1
guess
5,
1 2 3 1 2 4
1 5,
1 and 4 5.
4 5.
Yeah, even that's not matching for me.
Wait. Yeah,
But
this one
one
there was an
two.
error. Wait. There is an error because one
Uh,
of the things gets subsumed. Which one gets subsumed? Just check.
like actually
Oh,
it is
oh, one
updated.
5 don't come.
Hey,
1
it's
5
a
don't
DU path. It's a DU path. No,
Yeah.
come. 1 5 don't come. Yeah.
1 5 won't come because it's
Yeah.
def clear.
Yeah, it should be def clear and it is
Can you do
getting
an undo?
rewritten
Can
in
you do
four.
an undo of this? Undo. Let the other thing also be there. I'll just take a. Yeah. Now just scratch 1 5. Scratch 1 5 and say not def clear. That's a better way to put it.
It is updated in 4.
Yeah.
That's why.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. So everyone, don't make this mistake. Def du path. Def clear. Ensure def clear. No redefinition in the middle.
Yeah, not updated in the middle.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now what else is there? Yeah. I had some more doubts. Can I share my screen? Like couple of questions.
Yeah, let me just take my screen down.
I had a couple of questions. How do you? Okay, can't share screen, not allowed, or something came.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, 1 minute. Now it's allowed. Is my screen visible?
Visual.
Can you see?
Yes, I am able to see.
I have a doubt regarding. Yeah, this question. I have to zoom in. Okay, how do you solve this type of question?
Okay, got it. Even we face the same issue. Like we got the first option. Like there are only two or three possible states. The first one is both the elements of the stack. Cause sorry, this is a queue basically. If you go with the flow, have you read the options? So this is a
Okay, so,
queue.
huh?
So there are two options. Is the capacity of this queue is 2. So it is possible that both the things or both the objects are null. So nothing is there.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
once you let's make a queue in the right. Let's make a queue in the right.
Okay.
Just right back and front somewhere. This is front and this is back. So you push it from the back and pop out from the front. Okay. So
Okay.
suppose there
Null.
is null.
Null is allowed because you have only you have space only for two things.
Correct.
Okay. Null is allowed, or you can do object null,
No, you
or
can't do object null. You can
object
do
null is
even.
allowed.
You can do. You can do.
Then object is allowed.
Even object null object is maybe allowed.
Null is allowed. Object null is allowed. Object, yeah. So null object is not allowed because null object becomes the object
No,
gets
no.
pushed to the front.
It is also allowed because it is the set. So it won't get
Oh,
repeated. It's kind of repetition.
okay. So repeat.
Hmm.
Okay,
It is a
this is
set.
done.
So, yeah.
Is full. Is full is where is this thing? Eh, Where is full here?
Yeah,
Is
this here.
empty. Is
Is full,
remove.
just return this if it is full.
Is
If the
empty is
length
where
is
is full? Is full.
yeah,
If it's capacity, it will return. If full gets full, if there is object or object null. I have a doubt regarding this only option. How is full evaluating
yeah.
to true?
I think we got the same doubt yesterday. Let's check on Discourse. There might be something.
Okay,
Can,
this
can
was
you just
one of
type? Can you just type in the question number? Just
question number is okay. I
not.
don't have that. Let me open it here. Yeah, this is the one in this. It will come. Yeah.
Hmm. The question number is just go above. Okay, 64065382965. Okay, let
People
me.
actually write this question number anywhere?
Yeah, they write only this
Where have they
software.
given?
Just you can search on Discord software and
I'm
software
trying to
test.
search, it's not given. See?
Okay, then might be no one has written it.
Okay, we'll
And
just get FSM. QFSM, great. Someone has put this up. Oh, yeah, yeah. He's Anand Iyer, my best friend.
yeah, Anand.
On Discourse, he's my best friend.
Nah, he's in project with us.
Oh, really? That's so nice. Software engineering.
Yeah.
Ah,
We
nice.
both.
I
I
know him.
mean,
I've met him in Bangalore a couple of times.
no.
Nice. Null,
The
null.
four
Object.
element states are these things.
Huh.
The transitions are null to transition, object null with a call in queue, and object null with DQ. Yeah, correct.
Okay. Some question is there. Someone has asked a question.
Not that question.
So Q is empty. Q has one element. Q has two element. Q has one, but it's the second item.
Hmm.
Okay. This is Q is empty.
Yeah, these are the four states which we have discussed in the option number
Yeah,
one.
but the question is, if you have one more, wait, see, in this question, if you have that second element, doesn't it destroy the entire system? You have a null element. Your right side, you're going to enter something in. How do you remove that null?
For which paper is this? I guess May 24, July. Let's
No, no,
search.
July 7, 2024.
Oh, people write it this way. Okay, July 2024 PYQ in software testing.
Okay. Someone has asked an easy question.
No,
Someone
not that
wants,
question which we are discussing.
why do they even ask such time pass questions? Should
But yeah,
ask
that
lit-
is full is some like there is some issue with that question. Just ask it again with the question ID and the paper.
Okay. Okay, testing. Okay, let's actually view other questions which I had a doubt on. All of these covered. One more thing is decision path. Does anyone have an idea about decision path? An idea for it? DD path. These are the conditions. 5 conditions.
Hmm.
It consists of single node with in degree 0, single node without degree 0, single node with in degree greater than 2 or out degree greater than 2. Consists of single node. So what is this logic? And what is maximum chain length?
Maximum chain length is basically you can't be like a single node and it can't be a decision path.
It can be a single node. No, maximum chain length is 1.
No, then it won't be a decision. No, yeah, sorry, it can't. It should
It
have some length.
see, that's
Okay.
so
Yeah.
this is, you can maybe take a screenshot also of this. No worries.
Okay.
What other thing is there? One more is this T1 T2 thing which you mentioned. Let's try that logic out. What we mentioned here,
Yeah.
which is, so here let's change the color to purple. Okay, and then so C1 subsumes C2, and then T1
Hmm.
T2. Okay, so now what is the thing? T1 necessarily satisfies T1 necessarily satisfies C2. Yes, T1 is subsumed by C2, so T1 necessarily satisfies this. T1 no, wait 1 minute. T2 necessarily satisfies
Satisfy
C1.
T1. Yeah, say T2 will necessarily satisfy T1, which is
It is,
code block of C1.
I have a doubt about this. What we discussed just now.
Yeah, it is the same what we have discussed. like इसमें
Yeah,
arrow
but this arrow thing. So T1 is subsumed by T2, right?
Yeah, but yeah, T2. It's like T2 fulfill all the conditions of T1. And
Okay.
this, yeah.
Okay, while going upwards, you have to always so T2 this, but yikes, I have a confusion regarding this.
Actually, I have drawn the arrow, I guess. So just a minute. C1 assume C1 and then exists that. Mm.
This is another question which I had, which is
Yeah, just,
theoretical.
just go down. Just go down. That to the back. Yeah, you have drawn. I think the opposite marks for C1 and T1.
1 minute.
Even
Let me just go back to that. Let me just remove all the marks.
yeah.
Okay, so
Just draw C1 to C2.
C1 subsumes coverage of C2.
Yeah, so C1 to C2, and then you can draw back to this T2 to T1. Yeah.
1 minute. The previous graph, do you have it open? The
Yeah, I
previous
have it.
one.
Yeah.
1 minute. Let me also open that. So in that,
You
C3 is
have
the
it.
largest one. No? Which is the largest one?
C1.
C1 is the last. C1 subsumes C2.
Oh,
C2
sorry.
subsumes.
In your the circle thing, yeah, C3. You have the
Huh?
largest as C3.
Okay. So okay, there's an error, man. In our both in our concepts, there's an error. It's so. How do you draw the arrow? Let's go from fundamentals. There is C1 and T1, C2 and T2. If C1 subsumes C2, do you draw an arrow like this or an arrow like this?
C2 to C1. Actually, I
C
don't draw the arrow with T. Yeah. So C1 to C2 will be an arrow. Sorry, my bad. C1 to C2 will be an arrow.
so whatever is subsumed. So C1 is subsuming it. So this is the arrow, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So it's always from C1, C2. So because it's subsuming, arrow goes like this, inward arrows, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
Like
Anyone else has a doubt
I
also, you can
haven't
ask.
like I haven't draw this circle thing. I always draw this T1. This right.
Subsume because I'm using set theory. This is set theory, no?
Mm-hmm.
And
I got.
after that, we have to see what is the question. What have they asked? They have asked T2 necessarily satisfies C1. Yeah, T2 necessarily satisfies C1.
That's why I use that line graph. That's easy and good
T2
to
is
understand.
within C1. T1 is outside T1 is outside C2, so it doesn't need to satisfy C2. Yeah. The previous one, can you tell me the order of subsuming? Let's draw it out here.
Okay, so it is. Let's like T1 then C1, T1 C1, T2 C2, and
Let's
T3
draw it
C3.
here. So circle
Sorry.
1,
Okay,
circle
this
2.
one.
What is the outermost one?
C3 T3
C3
C3
subsumes C2, C2 subsumes C1. So now C3 to
C3
C2
subsumed C2. Yeah.
and C2 subsumes.
Actually, yeah. Actually, I don't know this. Yeah, the whatever I have
The
drawn is different, and what?
subsume is actually drawn like this. C2 is
Yeah.
consumed by C1.
Yeah.
C2 is
Correct.
consumed by this thing. Even
Yeah.
here
Correct.
also, C2 is subsumed by, no, wait, is it towards or away? That's the only thing in the concept we have to know. The concept is more important.
Okay. So C3 subsumes C2 means C2 to C3.
Okay, this is fine.
Yeah. That's what the
C2
con.
subsumes C3.
No, C3 subsumes C2.
Okay,
So that's an edge from C2 to C3.
okay,
That's
perfect. This is fine.
hmm.
Okay, and then
Hmm.
this has T3, T2,
2 T1
T1, and then now you have T1,
to T2.
T2, and T3. Okay, now you have this. Now we want to find out what is the condition you want to find out.
T1 will there are four options.
Huh.
Should I say only the correct or the
Tell all
incorrect
the
one?
options. Let's
Okay.
just see.
Okay. T1 will necessarily satisfy T2.
Yes, that is Pakka. Yes, because T2 is in C2. T1 necessarily satisfies C2. Next.
No, T1 doesn't satisfy T2.
Okay, I'm wrong. Great. My
Yeah, then
concept is
T2 satisfy T1.
T2. How does T2 satisfy T1?
Yeah, that's actually what you have learned is the negation of the correct thing.
Brilliant. Okay, next one.
Yeah, then T2 satisfies T3.
Wrong. That is wrong. No.
Yeah, that is wrong.
T3 satisfies T2. T2 satisfies T1. No.
Yeah, correct. Then T1 will satisfy T3 will satisfy T1.
Exactly. So the arrows go like this. So T3 satisfies T1. T3 satisfies T2. T2 satisfies T1. And C1 is subsumed by C2. C2 is subsumed by C3.
Yeah.
Okay. Here also we'll do the same thing, just for proof of concept, nothing else. Okay, so C1 subsumes C2. Here what C1 subs